What an embarrassment. I mean, seriously. 26-0, we look like the worst team in football. Yeah, we're a young team. Yeah, we're rebuilding. Yeah, we're starting a rookie quarterback, first-year head coach. We're trying to instill that culture, but we seriously look like the worst team in football. 26-0. I apologize if you spent your Sunday, the day before the work week starts, the day before school starts for a lot of people out there, watching this abomination. I mean, the Denver Broncos blew the doors off the Jets today. There's no other way around it. Plain and simple. They beat us in total plays, total yards, passing, rushing, first downs, time of possession, you name it. The Broncos probably did a better job, and it's sickening. And I completely understand that the New York Jets we are that young rebuilding team, but here's what's so frustrating. The bar for this team is set so low. We are not expecting Zach Wilson to go out there and look like Patrick Mahomes. We're not expecting 400 passing yards, 300 passing yards, 5 touchdown passes. We're not expecting to beat these teams by 3 scores, 2 scores, and in some cases, 1 score. All we want to see is steady improvement from this football team. We looked so much worse today than we did last week against the Patriots and the week before that in Carolina. How do we take so many steps backwards? It's infuriating. It's so frustrating and disappointing because yet again, the New York Jets come out of the gate stumbling over themselves. I mean, all week long, we talked about setting the rhythm, creating tempo, getting Zach feeling comfortable. He's playing against a veteran, talented defense in Mile High Stadium in Denver. Vic Fangio, defensive genius. We do that by opening up the short passing game, getting guys involved like Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, quick dump offs, checkdowns, crossing patterns, slants, screens, all that good stuff. Let's get Zach feeling himself a little bit. What is Zach Wilson's stat line at the end of the first quarter? 1 for 3 for 11 yards. He's getting rushed. Players are dropping passes. We had 8 total penalties that resulted in, I think, just under 90 yards. The interior of the offensive line was getting decimated all day long. What a game. I mean, seriously, this team looked unprepared. They looked unprepared. And again, we have to credit Denver. Tons of talent, veteran team. The fans packed it in. Great fans. But it doesn't change the fact that the Jets look like a complete and utter mess. We constantly hurt ourselves. Let's talk about the field goal. We're already down by 2 scores. We managed to get in a field goal range in Denver, 56-yarder. Matt Amendola, rookie, drills it perfectly. What happens? Flag. Knocking it, not only just taking the field goal off the board, but it knocks us out of field goal range. So now we're punting the ball back to Denver, a team that is known for holding onto a lead, controlling time of possession, and granted we're only 2 weeks in, but still, that's been Denver's MO. Teddy Bridgewater, he knows the system, he knows how to execute, he puts the ball in play, he doesn't turn the football over. We're down by 2 scores. Our rookie kicker hits a 56-yarder, and we have a boneheaded flag, taking 3 points off the board and essentially giving the ball back to Denver. Things like that are little things like that. The little details like that are the reasons why this team, I feel like, constantly falls short. And again, we're only 3 weeks in, okay? This isn't, the whole season isn't a complete wash here, even though it kind of feels like it is right now, because the game literally just hit 0 for me right now. I know it might be up a little later. This video might be up a little later, but the game just ended. So let's talk about the play calling for a second. Okay, the play calling by Mike LaFleur was abysmal. It was abysmal today. I mean, I felt like over the past 2 weeks, we have enough on tape to realize that Zach Wilson, understanding he's a rookie quarterback, understanding that there isn't tons and tons of talent on this team, and that the offensive line isn't the best, we need to get the football out of Wilson's hands immediately. A second and a half, 2 seconds from the snap. I mean, holding onto the football, trying to make plays down the football field. Zach already kind of has that aggressive nature where he wants the big play as it is, where he might pass on stuff underneath. We need to make Zach Wilson's job easier, even if it requires slicing off a little portion of the playbook to take something off of his plate. Let's get some crossing patterns going. Let's roll Zach Wilson out. Let's get him throwing on the move. Let's limit the thinking and let the athletes be athletes. Let's let the playmakers be playmakers. Maybe we should give Jeff Grimes a call down at Baylor because he was with Zach Wilson a year ago, and let's really fine-tune this offense and tailor it around Wilson's strengths. I mean, it sucks watching turnovers. It sucks watching incompletions. But the one thing that just drives me up a wall is making the same mistakes over and over and over again. For 3 straight games in Carolina, at home against the division rival Patriots, that was a massive game. Away in Denver, and again, we have to understand who we're playing. 3 great teams, 3 great defenses. But 3 straight games, we come out of the gate looking horrible. Tripping over ourselves, stumbling around, turnovers, incompletions, 3 and out. I mean, 6 out of the first 7 drives of the New York Jets offense today punted the football, and yes, that went into the second half. It was god-awful. We have to figure this thing out. The season is going to be over before we know it. I mean, I hate to say it, but I feel like a lot of these issues are reminiscent of the Gase era, where it's the same problems. It's not like, hey, let's try something new. Let's try this. If that doesn't fail, we'll move on to the next plan. We'll pivot. It's just the same mistakes over and over and over again. But I mean, overall, Zach Wilson, yeah, he missed a lot of throws today, but he was being rushed like crazy. Again, the interior offensive line was getting destroyed. Sacked, I believe, 5 times. 5 times today, 5, and he was sacked a lot in week 2. He was sacked a lot in week 1. I mean, is Zach Wilson going to be the next David Carr, where he's just on the ground? He spent more time on the ground than standing up in his rookie season. It's unbelievable. We have to get the football out of Wilson's hands if we want him to survive this season. I mean, and maybe I'm just overreacting because of the score, because we're 0-3, but it's just nauseating to see the same reoccurring issues, the same problems popping up over and over and over again and constantly plaguing this team. I mean, I don't want to be the squad that all 31 other teams look at and say, oh, the New York Jets. Okay, that's the team that beats themselves. We could throw a pick here. We could fumble the ball here. We can have a couple penalties, and it's all going to be okay. We don't really have to bring our A game because the Jets will turn the ball over more. We're going to go 3 and out. We're going to get flagged more. I don't want to be that team. Let's talk about this missed opportunity. It's not really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, and especially how the game turned out, but just something that drove me up a wall today is calling a timeout in the first minute coming out of halftime. The Jets received in the second half. We're getting the football and we're calling a timeout on 3rd down within the first minute of the second half. So not only are we just burning a timeout so early in the game, but we can't even convert on the 3rd down. So we waste a timeout, we waste a potential drive, and we give the ball back to Denver that was already up multiple scores. So it's just things like that bother me. Todd Bowles had a problem with time management. Adam Gase had a problem with time management. But the only thing we can do is move forward. Look ahead. Who are we playing next week? The Tennessee Titans. It's week 4. We're not in week 13. We're not in week 14. There's still so much time left in the season. So much time left to grow and learn from our own mistakes and to get better as a team. So credit Denver. They went out, they executed, they played some great football. They didn't make tons of mistakes. Yeah, there were a couple things here and there, but overall, Denver, they're a legit team. The defense, flying around the football field, great defense led by Fangio. The offense, led by Shermer. I like it. I don't love it, but they got the job done, and I feel like they will continue to get the job done. Teddy Bridgewater, lights out. So, I apologize again if you watched this disgusting mess of a game. Completely wasted Sunday, and I know it's tough because we're going into the work week and you never want to have that bad taste in your mouth going into work on a Monday. It's the worst feeling in the world. Same with school. I mean, I remember growing up in Florida, South Florida, all my buddies were Dolphins fans, and I would have to hear it from everybody. Okay, this was like before like cell phone, everybody had a cell phone, like back in middle school and stuff. Like, I would just hear, I would get an earful every Monday. So I apologize that this team looks so bad today on so many different metrics, but I guess at this point I'm just rambling. Thanks so much for watching. Let's try to bounce back. Let's cross our fingers that we can look ourselves in the mirror and learn from our mistakes. And by the way, you guys have no idea how much you mean it, like how much you watching this video right now means to me. I mean, I just want to say I appreciate you watching this video right now. I really, really do. It's so hard to watch a game, spend all these hours watching this horrible, horrible game, and then to come here and watch a video talking about that, you know, slop fest of a game. It means so much to me. It truly, truly does. And yes, look, the Jets lost 26-0, but don't hold your head. You guys are true fans. You guys are the definition of diehard fans, so it's not on you. Let's try to turn this thing around. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.